and it's travelled right around the world and been read at services in Canada and in Scotland and in Australia, and it's in here somewhere hiding. Where is it?
I think it is towards the back.
Here it is. At home, at my place, we've got 10 acres of land, and on the land there's a flat area where our house is, and then there's a little bit of swamp, and then there's a hill area. And one morning, how long ago, about 10 years ago, I came out early in the morning before the sun was up and looked across to the swamp, and there was a mist fog on the swamp, and I looked up the hill and there were the cattle grazing, and there's a quarry in Clevedon. I don't know if you know Clevedon, but down the end of the valley there's a quarry, and they started early blasting, and the blasting and this mist got my mind going, and I went back inside and I wrote. I'm standing in my garden in the early morning haze, looking up towards the hillside where the quiet cattle graze, and the fog which night has gathered on the swamp which lies between forms a blanket which enhances this, my early morning scene. But further up the valley, from the quarry neath the hills, comes the sound of early blasting, which my peaceful scene dispels. For the sound I hear recalls to me the echo of a gun in a valley in Korea in the spring of '51. And the fog which shrouds the swampland now assumes a deeper hue, like the gun smoke on the paddy in that valley that I knew. I smell the cordite once again, and as the daylight comes, I see spread across the valley floor that regiment of guns. The Middlesex ahead of us, the Australians to the right, and to the left Canadians have held on through the night. With target after target from our OP on the crest, the gunners feed the guns, their bodies crying out for rest. For the guns now like an orchestra, the targets they engage with a symphony in anger, a cacophony of rage. And from the hill above me, just beyond the nearest crest, comes the stutter of the Bren guns from the infantry hard pressed. From the road that lies behind us comes the Army Service Corps, dump their load of ammunition and then speed back off for more. I see walking wounded moving through our lines, while overhead fly the choppers which are lifting out the dying and the dead. And now at last, the foe repelled, the storm and fury done, each wary gunner lays him down and sleeps beside his gun. Now I hear a pheasant calling and a stirring in the trees, and I feel the cool caresses of an early morning breeze. I feel a hand upon my arm, a voice beside me say, "What are you thinking of, my love? You seem so far away." My aging eyes refocus on the farmlet that we share, the orchard with the apple tree, the peach, the plum, the pear. The sun is up, the mist is gone, the cattle on the hill are back to grazing peacefully, and all is calm and still. You sometimes smile and tell me of the things that I forget, people's names and missed appointments, little things, and yet, despite the years that lie between, my mind can still recall how we held the line that April on the road that led to Seoul.